Hello, everybody, and welcome to Silent Podcast, the place where everything but silent. I am your host, as usual, Isaiah, and I am here with the Total Drama Rewatch. I'm sitting with my two co-hosts, Sabrina
Hi.
and Lance, and we are all here to discuss the
What's
final
up?
two episodes of Total Drama Island Season 1. We're not going to talk about the reunion or anything. They're going to watch it on their own time. It's not anything really important. It just leads up to the next season. I'll talk about that then. But we're here to talk about episodes 24 and 25. Final three and then the finale. Exciting. Now, before we really deep dive into that, Lance, we haven't seen for like 2 episodes. So do you have anything crazy or any strong opinions on the past couple of episodes? Specifically, I think it was Izzy, Jeff, Lashana, and Duncan.
When Jeff went, y'all know I was jumping for joy. Lashana was robbed. She's a queen and always will be a queen. And I'm so proud, honestly, of the final three because they were people that we pinpointed as stars early on. And if it's not Lashana, I'll be happy of any one of them to win.
Okay.
Or Courtney, because that's my
bitch. Now outside of that, the finale or just the season in general, but because we're going to talk about the actual episodes, but the season, what was it? Everything you guys thought it'd be or is it were your expectations met, or were you I don't really care about it, or is maybe I will revisit it, maybe we'll see, but what are you guys' opinions on it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Overall, definitely. I mean, it is what you would expect from a cartoon parody of a Survivor game. So it definitely met the expectations that I had for it. But it was really fun to watch. I didn't watch it as a chore. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch more seasons of it. I really liked it.
Yeah, same for me. I was so invested after literally when you start learning the characters and start rooting for people, you start getting so invested. So even weeks that I would miss being on the actual podcast, it was still fun to catch up on my episodes and be so invested and see the drama unfold. I'm excited. I love reality TV. So I just don't understand how I didn't see this early on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just going to deep dive into it real quick. So we're just going to get through these episodes quickly. So the first one was 24. This one it's a pretty straightforward episode. It's the final three, and they're going to do a dare challenge. So it's kind of like one of the earlier challenges they did when they did their fears and everything. But this one is direct dares from actual people who were eliminated previously. A majority of the beginning half of this episode is you're just getting insights from the final three themselves about Heather's surprised she was in it. Owen's just excited that he can actually eat real food because Chef actually cooks real food this time. And Gwen, she still doesn't like anyone there. She doesn't want to be there, but she's there. So she's like, I might as well just try to win it. So we get into the challenge, and like I said, it's a dare challenge, and it's kind of cool. If you do the dare, you get a point in the form of a bottle, and if you don't do it, you lose bottles. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to get into the specifics of every challenge, because I mean there's not much to talk about here, like the gum chewing or eating grape jelly out of Owen's belly button and all this stuff, but
his cavern of a belly button. I was like,
yeah.
Literally, Chef was just pouring jelly down that belly for a minute.
God. Disgusting.
Just to quick, out of curiosity for you guys, I know what happened. How do you guys feel about the challenge overall, but without talking about the ending of it? How do you guys feel about it?
For me, I wish that it was something to showcase them as a whole throughout the competition, because if it goes from 3 to 2, I felt that I wanted to see something where it tested skills from challenge 1 all the way up until that point to determine who was the best overall and who comprehended the show as a whole. But I enjoyed it. It was definitely funny, and the strategy that went in between with the challenge to try to determine who will be sitting there was kind of iconic.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting when you see Gwen and Owen basically team up against Heather at one point because they're like, wait, we can share our points, like we can easily edge her out. Sabrina, how did you feel about that?
Like
Because I know last episode you thought that Heather was going to be in the finale for a second.
Yeah, like once Gwen and Owen teamed up, I was like, okay, like now I feel a little bit better about this. Like I think she's actually going to be eliminated at this point. I wasn't sure how. After, obviously, for a while she was doing like every single dare, but the dare that did come up, I was like, oh yeah, okay. Like, and it's funny that it's Lindsay that kind of sort of takes her out. Like kind of a karma there, which was nice.
Now, do you guys think Heather should have got the point because? Some people feel like Heather technically did the dare because it wasn't on purpose, but it cut her hair off. But then some people are like, no, you said no, but you still got your hair cut off. It doesn't matter. You said no. Lance, how do you feel about that?
What happened is what needed to happen. It's a full circle moment. Karma, like, as a viewer, I know, like, if I was watching it back in the day, how much I, like, peaked on hating, loving Heather, hating her for some of the stupid stuff she did. Like, to just see her get edged out, her trying to, like, bend the rules and get edged out was so amazing for me. Honestly, and honestly, now I understand why, like, in future pictures, we see a short-haired Heather. Like, I always wanted it. I was trying to not get spoiled with a lot of things with, like, the rebirth of how Total Drama Island is coming back and other seasons, people talking about it. And in a lot of pictures, I would see a short-haired Heather, and I'm like, what's this about? So it was good to put it together.
Yeah.
Now obviously due to this Heather leaves and she's going to be our third placer. But a couple questions before we move on to the real episode that I want to talk about. What's your opinions on Heather as a whole now that we're here? Heather, big character this season. I know you guys can love her, you can also hate her. What did you guys feel about Heather coming full circle?
Yeah, I think her demise was perfect for like what she had done, to Lindsay and Beth and just in general, just being, mean to other people. And like, I definitely appreciate like the strategy part of her personality. Like she really did like do a lot to try and keep herself there. And the fact that she was able to keep herself for so long without getting voted out, like definitely takes some skill. So she definitely like had the game down, but it was just her social, game was just obviously terrible because nobody liked her because she was mean. But as a character, definitely entertaining. I see why people like her. I'm not a huge fan of her, but I understand why people like her.
How about you, Lance?
Yeah, for me, Heather is definitely the quintessential mean girl. She was, like we mentioned earlier on, the Regina George. And honestly, to see the Regina George make it so far where we thought many times that people would overturn her, and she edged her way through like every different type of scenario was very iconic for me, to be honest. I personally liked her throughout the season because like some of my faves was slowly but surely getting knocked off, and I'm the type of person like you. For me, I respect all different types of gameplay, and to see that, I was like, you gotta actually like Heather in some shape or form, and I like her.
Yeah,
I respect that. And what's the opinions on the final two? I mean, you guys, we'll get into the finale in a second, but initial thoughts, like, where you have like who do you think was winning at this point between Owen and Glenn?
I thought Owen was gonna win at that point.
For me, going into it, I wasn't sure exactly how the final two would have played out. We didn't know if it was going to be a vote, etc. But if I would go from a vote standpoint, I feel like Owen wins hands down. And then once we found out what it was, I'm like, okay, I think Gwen could pull it out in some little crazy fashion because I just didn't see Owen on that type of level.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about the real episode that there's actually stuff to talk about, strategy wise and stuff. Is the finale. So basically, like the last few days, like I said, chefs are actually making them good food now. And we get an insight on each of their paths. Owen just like I've had fun, I've been partying, like I made a lot of friends, and like I like everyone here. And I mean I think that's true because Owen honestly didn't make many enemies this season. And unintentionally a really good social game where Gwen is like, I don't like a lot of these people here. I actually almost hate everyone. But she's like, I did come to like 5 people. And she's talking about like Owen, DJ, Bridget, Cody, and Lashana. She's like, these people I consider my friends. I did find it a little confusing that she didn't put Jeff there, since it seemed like they did become friends at one point. But whatever. Okay. So it's you're going to see all the limited players come back, and they get an option. They're like, you can sit on whatever side you want to support, and most of the people at the beginning are on Gwen's side, and they get to do their pitches. They're like, all right, Gwen's like, I want to put the money towards college, and I want to travel and all this fun stuff, and people are like, okay, yeah. And then Owen's like, I just want to throw a big party. And like half of the people move to the other side. I'm like, y'all are fake.
For real.
How do you guys feel about the fakeness? I mean, I know Lashana stayed true. And like I think maybe like Cody or Bridget maybe, but like most of those people are fake. I felt bad for her. How did you guys?
I know. I was like, what the heck? Like, but yeah, it was Lashana, Eva, Trent. And yeah, maybe Cody was like stayed, but yeah. I was like, oh, like that was
sad. So we get to the actual challenge. It's like a series of challenges actually. But it's funny. Like Gwen has to wear the chicken hat again, and Owen has to wear the cow hat. So I thought, oh, a little ode to the chicken hat.
Yeah.
Now we find out that Heather, while on the island, spiked one of Gwen's chocolate bars with laxatives, and she had stomach issues throughout the whole challenge. Heather, even though she lost, she does not care. She is so bitter. No, so we're going to see that affect Gwen a little bit later. So the first challenge is they have to go get this egg from this nest, and it's funny because Chris shows like an intern trying it out, and then he like dies, and I felt so bad.
Oh my God, I know. I was like, it was so morbid. Already died. I was like, okay.
It's fun to see. You see the characters come back again. Like we're seeing Duncan and Courtney; they're still good with each other. We're seeing Trent still super supportive of Gwen, even though they left on weird terms with the whole Heather situation. Yeah. We see them weaponizing Justin's body and all stuff. So
that was funny.
How did you guys feel about? I mean, they just do a series of concepts. Like, how did you feel about everyone like supporting like the different methods they use to like help Owen and Gwen throughout the challenge?
I thought it was so weird that they were allowed to like run the challenge with them. That didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what's going on?
Literally, that was the biggest thing for me because I was like, okay, when I started seeing that they can run the challenge, I was like, okay, this is where Owen's gonna thrive. Like where Gwen could kill him with the physical, he has the support of people. Like especially like with that first challenge with the pole. We know Owen's big ass was not about to get up no pole, but he had the support to get his ass up there. So it's like really, 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 really interesting, and it showed that like, hey, you do have to make these social connections in this game that will get you the W.
Exactly.
Now, the only one who actively like helped Gwen, I think, was like Trent, and Lashana didn't follow them, but I mean, she was like rooting for her. Trent decided to like carry this rock to signify that he was sorry throughout as well. So I mean, okay.
So weird.
Now, we get to the end, and it looks like Gwen is going for a little bit, but then her stomach's But what happens is Owen starts to take the lead, but his stomach starts hurting because the laxative actually went to Owen and it backfired on Heather. So they're like, shoot, like we need to do something. Izzy gets a whole batch of brownies and they put in front of a fan. Owen just takes the lead after that. He's like, you know what? I don't care. Brownie's cool. And we're going to see Owen become the first winner of Total Drama Island. And during this, they lock Heather inside the confessional. I thought Lashana did that, Queen.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a cool little moment, you know, just to see everyone celebrating. You know, Heather got made fun of. You see Chef and everyone else throw Chris in the water. It was a fun moment. But how do you guys feel about Owen being your first official winner of Total Drama Island?
I think it's great how we really like we picked very well. We had good instinct as to who was going to get to the end, and he was in the S category for a long time. So it definitely makes sense now as to why he's ended up becoming the winner. And I think he's a good winner just because he's so likable, he's so funny, like he's actually good at challenges, and everybody on the cast liked him. So I think it's cool.
How about you?
Yeah, like for me, it was definitely exciting because, like, is it that me and Sabrina are just good at reading the edit, or we just have good instinct? Because he drew us in really early. Same with Gwen, drew us in really early. Courtney and Heather, and we out of the 4 top people that we picked early on, 3 of them made it to the end. So it was definitely like real exciting. That he like took the crown, and Gwen was a star player all season as well. So.
I think you guys brought something very interesting to this because I got so many DMs from friends who checked this out just for you two. And they were like, the way they're watching the show is so different from how I watched it. Because they were like, I never looked at like the edits, but like now that like I'm looking back, because some people started watching the show again, and they were like, they're really actually correct about the edits and everything. So I think that's a really unique look at that you guys brought to the show.
Yeah.
I will say, out of curiosity, is this ending different if Bridget and Lashana? I said Bridget. If Lashana and Courtney don't get like rigged out, like what is the final 2 to you guys? Like, what do you think it looks like?
I think Lashana would have been in the end. I really do.
Yeah, I feel like Courtney went out so early, so much could have transpired in that time for her to make it that far. But Lashana being so close, and there's a lot of times like throughout this whole thing that, people will be like, Lashana's a queen. And I'm always wondering, like, yeah, she did some good stuff so far, what I've seen, but why are people like rooting so hard for her? So I think, honestly, being that she was so close to the end, she didn't really people didn't really hate her. She would have had support in like a final challenge. She would have done almost any dare. She was the comp beast out of a lot of the finalists. So for her to get like rigged out was very much so a different, we might see a whole different picture, or it might not be there. She would have stuck with her girl Gwen, and I think it probably would have been Gwen and Lashana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's update some things real quick. So let me share my screen because you guys finally hit the finish line with some of this stuff. So let me go to the StreamYard. So let's look at the tier list real quick. Heather, obviously, boom, and then Gwen. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know about that. Because there's actually something that I wanted to show you guys. Fun thing with Total Drama. So there's a cool thing that they do. There are actually alternate endings. They show one ending in Canada, and then they show one ending in US. So technically, you both won the draft. And actually, I have something fun if we get copyright strike, whatever. But I'm going to show you guys the alternate ending.
Shut up!
Oh my god, I'm so excited!
So here we go.
That's why he can.
Come on, you can still win this.
It's over, okay? I was just not meant to win this.
It is not over. Get up.
Why do you even care? Why don't you just go to his huge party and play your music and be famous?
Because I believe in you, that's why. Look, go out with me, don't go out with me, whatever. But don't lose this thing because you're mad.
Oh, brownies! I'm coming to get ya!
Oh no, I'll never catch him.
Go, run!
Come on, you can do it!
No! The finish line's over here! Gwen's the winner! Gwen's the winner!
I won? I won!
I knew you could do it!
So there won't be a party?
What happened?
stink.
After 8 grueling weeks, it's my pleasure to give this $100,000 check to the last camper standing, Gwen. Yeah! Gwen, at this time, I give you the ultimate symbol of survival on this island. The final marshmallow.
Yeah, you deserve it. It's just such a bummer about the party.
Well, after I pay for my tuition, there might be enough left over for a rockin' party and everyone's invited. Everyone except Heather.
Woo! Party anyway! And are you gonna bring anyone special, Gwen? Hey? Hey? Hey?
If he'll go with me.
So does this mean...
Oh, shut up already. Yes, I'll go out with you.
Yo, Owen, you know what it's time for?
No, guys! My hair!
So you guys seen the rest of it, but
Oh my god. That ending low-key was better. I'm like, in my feels. And that's why I see why you kept asking, where do y'all watch it at? Where do you watch it on?
So that ending, you said that was the Canadian ending?
so it depends on the country you're in. In US and in Canada, they showed Owen win. I know in some other countries they showed Gwen winning. But yeah, you guys both won the draft technically. So you know, I was always seeing that. I'm like, I wonder who's going to draft them. I'm like, oh, they both got him. Okay, so like, you know, you guys both won.
So is that like not? So is that's not canon though? Like that
So,
ending?
it depends on where you live. The canon winner is Owen.
Yeah.
But technically, if you guys want to put logic, you guys both won. So you know,
Does every season have an alternate ending?
Yeah.
yes. So the final two technically both win, but it depends on. But like, usually the winner in Canada is the canon winner. So
Right.
Owen is the canon winner of season 1.
That's so
Okay.
crazy that they do that. Like,
It is iconic. I love that now. I'm
I
intrigued.
love that.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
That was
One
so
thing
cool.
they did is they would go on Cartoon Network and on the website, and they had all the fans vote, and they were like, vote for who you want to win, and we never knew who you were going to get, but like whoever won that usually would get that. So
Okay.
And look, it was so funny. Like before you started, seeing me and Sabrina's face like bright up, we like was so excited.
My girl did.
I've been holding that in forever. So I was like,
That was so cool.
yeah.
That's good. I'm so happy we didn't know. Like, I'm flabbergasted. Like that's the
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got to experience both sides of the coin. So,
Yay.
yeah.
Yes,
There
I
you
like Gwen's ending. I love Owen, but Gwen's ending for me was like the feels.
Look, Gwen could be y'all winner if y'all want. It's up to y'all. You know, whoever
No,
y'all
I
want.
still want to say we
I know.
both won the
I know who my winner is, but
Okay. So I guess the big question is, so Toll Drum Island season 1. Where are you guys ranking this? The whole season altogether. Well, actually, no. Let's do the 2 episodes first. So, where are you ranking the final 3 episodes? First of all, out of 1 to 10.
like an 8.
Yeah, solid 8.
Yeah.
All right. How about the finale?
A 10 with these alternate endings, baby. I'm here for
And then the season altogether. What's the general idea? What do you guys think about Toll Drama Island season 1?
For me, I would say it's a solid that I enjoyed. Like this is the only season I have to go off of because I haven't seen no other season. Hey, it gave me a good solid performance. And usually the first seasons of something is always the best one. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like an 8.5, 9. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like I feel like there was a lot of everything, like which is kind of cool for this show because it was a parody of like all of our other shows. They really made sure to include all the different things that happen like within the show to make it interesting and entertaining. And all different kinds of characters and people and challenges, and yeah, I thought it was really cool.
All right. And all right, so here's the last question because some people have been asking, what are we doing? Are we done here? Is this journey end here, or are we going to continue to another season? What do we want to do?
I'm fine with continuing on to those. I mean, it depends on which one. Like, is there one the best, like the next best
Yeah,
one.
is
Like,
it-
We don't
okay,
order.
that's what I say. Like maybe we could do like a poll with the people who watch, or like a Twitter poll or something for this next season for us to jump into, or should we go in chronological so we can learn these people? Because I know they have like an all-star season, et cetera, et cetera. Like, what do we do? You're the expert, Isaiah. You help us decide where we should go next with it.
So I feel like it's important for us to watch them all in order, right?
okay,
With that being said, it depends on what we want to podcast. There's a difference between watching and podcasting. We could watch season 2 off screen and then come back for 3 because I think 3 is very worth watching. Or we can watch 2 and podcast about it. It's going to take the same amount of time. Not even. It's going to take less time. It's like less episodes. It's like 14, 15 episodes, I think.
Well, yeah, So since you said that season 2 is a little different, maybe we could do like pick a time like to use as our little small break and watch season 2. Come to a recap podcast of season 2, and give like thoughts, etc. Or even like we can have a preseason like draft, like so we can still do the draft and then do our watch for the break, and then come in season 3 and come back with our like weekly everything. Y'all,
how about this?
I'm open.
Next week, let's take a draft. We can do a draft next week, and then let's come back after a month, and then let's all come back and talk about Total Drama Action.
okay. So basically, we'll watch all the episodes and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. So that's what we'll do next week. I'll have you guys. We don't even need to recap the reunion, but you guys watch the reunion. I'll tell you the cast of Action, and then you guys can do another draft.
Perfect.
All right, that should be fun. All right, cool.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, anyone watching? This is the last episode of Island. Wow, that's gonna be great. That's crazy. So we finally finished it. Wow, how long have we been here? Like what? 3 months?
No idea.
Wow, we've been here for a minute. Oh, but it's been a journey, though. I will say this is the only time you're going to experience this type of length, though. There's no other seasons going past like 15, thankfully. But it's still fun. This is the biggest cast, humble beginnings, all that stuff. We're going to have to change the background. It's going to be like not the campsite anymore. It's going to be so weird. But yeah, I'm excited. The actions should be fun. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show. We'll come back next week. But all right, so this is the last episode, so we're gonna start closing out. Sabrina, thank you for coming and trusting me with this. Where can people find you?
Okay, so my Instagram and Twitter is at Sabrizi2492. Watch out for the Victory House Presents The Mole Season 3 premieres the 28th of this month, and me and Lance are on the cast, so check it out. It's coming in so soon. I am so excited to watch it. It's gonna be so good. And then yeah, that's pretty much all I've got going on right now.
And Sabrina's starting a Nickelodeon podcast over here, so we'll check out for that. Lance, thank you also for trusting me with this. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Same handle. I am King Lance. Honestly, I've got a little more free time on my hands, so you'll definitely see more of me in the silent podcast world. Not sure what I'm jumping into, but I am going to be in these silent podcast streets a little bit more. Honestly, make sure, like Sabrina said, look out for Victory House Mole Season 3. It's coming. It's hot. It's heavy. Also, you can also find me on TLWL, which is a part of Dre Media, Season 6 Dallas, and we are filming our Pride season starting this Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. I'm excited to see what's next. You know, hit your boy up, and peace, love, and happiness in these silent podcast streets.
Lance will be on more stuff. You'll see both of them in more stuff. Trust me. And by the way, I think it's so funny. You have the same hat on as your avatar. Just does that.
Exactly. That's a come finale, baby, and the same chain. It's my avatar.
my yellow shirt on.
Man. Lastly, you can find me at 8 Ball Bangers like usual, Anime Club, all that other stuff. More Big Brother ranking streams. I loved the last one that we did. It was so fun. So we're gonna do more of that. Lance, you can come on the next one if you want.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to that. You know, I love me some Big Brother. So
there you go. All right. So until next week, where we do our Total Drama Action draft, we will see you guys next week. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.